Okay, I wanted to do a follow-up to a video that I made on my channel about a year ago. The topic of being dependent on the nicotine gum and the nicotine lozenge. Someone had asked me about what would be my recommendation for how to best break that dependence on the nicotine gum or the nicotine lozenge. So I got some thoughts on that. First off, I do want to say that, it's recommended to use the nicotine replacement about 8 to 12 weeks. Okay, some people will use it for a lengthier period of time. If you're using it longer than 8 to 12 weeks, then yeah, you want to keep your doctor updated about what's going on. But and then also, to reiterate what I mentioned in that previous video, if you're off of the tobacco, if you're not smoking, you're not chewing, you're not vaping, and you're just using the nicotine replacement product, the gum or the lozenge, then in my book, you are winning. So congratulations on quitting tobacco, because using the nicotine gum or the nicotine lozenge exclusively is certainly a better position to be in. So, and with that being said, if you're looking, these products are highly addictive. So I have experienced that myself, and I'm definitely familiar with a number of people who have become reliant on the nicotine gum or the nicotine lozenge and have used it for a lengthy period of time, even years. So if that's the situation that you're in, and that's likely the case, since that's probably why you clicked on this video, as far as how to move forward, like what is the best path to moving forward, I would say this: the first step would be to set a quit date. Okay, all right, so set a quit date. That would be my first recommendation. I would set that quit date a couple of weeks into the future, or maybe the first day of the month, or the first day of a week, maybe whether it's a Monday or the first of the month, or if you want to set a date that's significant or meaningful to you, that could be even better. If it's a birthday or an anniversary or a death day, something, maybe a loved one that was close to you had died on a particular date. The whole point is set a meaningful quit date to you. That can be really effective in both quitting tobacco and also in quitting the nicotine replacement product. So I would recommend setting that quit date at least 2 weeks into the future, anywhere from 2 weeks to about a month into the future. You don't want to put it too far out into the future where you forget about it, right? But you do want to put it a little bit in the future, at least 2 weeks, so you have some time to prepare first. Because what I would advise to do next is, after you pick your target quit date, that you first know how many pieces of the nicotine gum or the nicotine lozenge that you're using per day. Okay, so if you tally them up and you count how many pieces you're using, and let's say, for example, you're using 10 pieces of the 4 milligram nicotine lozenge per day, then leading up to that quit date, I would recommend cutting down gradually. Okay, so if you're using 10 a day, that's the baseline. Then tomorrow, shoot for 9 lozenges per day. Just allot yourself 9 pieces of lozenges per day, and don't exceed that number. Okay, maybe do that for a couple days, and then on day 3, cut down to 8 lozenges per day. Then after that, 7. Maybe stay there for a few days. Kind of focus on maintaining that amount, and then cut down even further. Okay, because this will really not only is it going to help you kind of make some of these initial behavior changes, it'll also minimize the withdrawal symptoms that will come from going without any nicotine. Because if you go from 10 nicotine lozenges per day down to 0, that's going to be a jolt to your body. The withdrawals are going to be pretty intense and very unpleasant. You're going to be irritable, restless, and have a hard time concentrating. you know, the whole long list of ugly physical withdrawal symptoms that you likely experienced when you quit tobacco before in the past. So that's why I would recommend just cutting down gradually leading up to this target quit date. Okay, the goal would be to be maybe just a few lozenges per day prior to your big quit date where you go to zero. Okay, that will make that transition from being somebody that's dependent on the nicotine gum or the nicotine lozenge to somebody not using it at all. It'll just make that transition a bit smoother if you cut down gradually first. So that would be my recommendation. And then on your actual quit date where you don't have any lozenges, make sure you don't have any around either. You don't want to have any in the house or easily accessible. So you'll have to turn to some other substitute if needed. You know, drink a lot of water, stay busy, have a plan, you know, develop a quit plan, write it down if that helps for you. You know, really, especially on day one, just attack the day. You know, the busier you are, the better. Maybe have some healthy or, you know, relatively healthy substitutes on hand. You know, I mean, I get it. You might have if you got a sweet tooth, maybe some kind of piece of candy or something that might be a substitute for you, or some Altoids or cinnamon sticks, whatever that might look like for you. Have some of those available for you on your actual quit date. So, because that'll probably help you as you're first getting started, and take it a day at a time. You know, just like when you're quitting tobacco, you know, take it one day at a time, one craving, one urge at a time, and move forward, and you know, stay motivated. Remind yourself why you're doing this, you know, why this is important to you, how much money you're going to be saving by getting off the nicotine gum and the nicotine lozenges. So there you go. This video is getting long, but just a quick recap. What I would recommend is, yeah, set that target quit date about 2 weeks to maybe a month into the future, and cut down gradually leading up to that target quit date. If you want to pick a meaningful quit date that might be helpful and useful to you, it doesn't have to be. Maybe it's just the first day of a work week or the first day of the month. Whatever makes you happy. Just pick that date, make that strong commitment to it, and cut down gradually leading up to that date to kind of give yourself a head start and make that transition from being dependent on the nicotine gum and nicotine lozenges to being off of them. So not easy. It's gonna be rough, you know, especially if you've been using the gum or the lozenges for you know, several months or several years. I've heard a lot of those stories. So not gonna be easy, and also it is achievable if you're smart or go about this in a smart way and a thoughtful way and got a plan. So yeah, if you got any questions or any feedback, yeah, comment section below, put it there. I'd love to hear from you. I'll respond as quickly as I can. So yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day. Bye.